you can make this a defining moment for you. Everybody has defining moments in their life. I can remember one really clear defining moment for me where I look back and I think, wow, that really shaped who it is that I am today. I used to do martial arts, and I remember going to my very first class, and I used to do a thing called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And there's a whole story on that itself. You can find out about that on my website.
Does it involve shaving?
It does.
Okay.
It does. Shaving. And I remember going to my first class, and I'm only a little guy, right? And I'm going up against these dudes that are built like brick shit houses. And I just remember getting absolutely destroyed. When you first start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you go force against force because you don't understand that you need to go with the flow. So you're fighting force against force. But when you're going up against these massive guys, there's no chance in hell I was going to win. And I remember at the end of that class feeling so ill, like I was lying there on the ground on my back thinking, if I move 1 inch, I'm going to vomit all over this mat. So I just remember sitting there for a few minutes thinking, don't move, don't move, don't move. If you move 1 inch, you're going to throw up. And the more I thought about it, the more it just brought it on even more. And after a few minutes, I ended up vomiting. This is my first class, if you could imagine this, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Everybody was around, and I vomited in the middle of the mat. And to make matters worse, who's going to clean up your vomit? So I had to clean up my own spew, and there I am mopping it all up, just still feeling a little bit seedy. And then, I suppose why this ended up being a defining moment for me was at the end of the class, I went home and I remember thinking, am I going to go back next week? Should I go back to the next class? And I just thought, nah, stuff it. Look, I'm going to go back to the next class and I'm going to keep training. And I remember my jiu-jitsu teacher going, I can't believe that you came back. Everybody else would have thrown in the towel and just seen that as their out opportunity. They would have been too embarrassed and they wouldn't have worried about it. But you came back and you continued. You're really going to make a success of this. I actually went on to I ended up coming second in the Pan Pacifics, and I lost to a Brazilian who flew over from Brazil in the finals for my weight division. And the reason I tell you that story is that was a defining moment for me. That was the point at which I knew I just don't let go. When I'm onto something, I'll stick with it. I want you to make this a defining moment for you.